The 1980s were an interesting time for the automotive industry, with culture and ethos changes becoming commonplace. Pre-80s Peugeots were known for their sturdiness. However, come the 80s, their attention moved to making factory quick and desirable cars. The 309 GTI and its widely more popular and common relative, the 205 GTI, not only defined Peugeot at the time, but they would help define a generation. The Peugeot 309 GTI debuted in 1987 and would push on to 1992. As the name suggests, it's got a 1.9 litre engine pushing out 130 brake horsepower. Now, that might not seem like a lot now, but in the 80s, that was a hell of a lot. Unlike modern Peugeots, this generation of hot hatches were famed for their build quality, agility, funness to drive, and well, this Peugeot 309 GTI is no exception. This car is really fun to drive, it's fun to be in. I mean, look at this red GTI symbol right here. If that doesn't scream out man-child, I don't know what does. It screams out pop culture. You know, this was a time of Airwolf, Knight Rider, you know, and it kind of feels a little bit like that when you're driving it. You know, it's a very direct drive, really well balanced between power and handling, but you know, make no mistake, this is a driver's car, you know? This car does not know what you're talking about when you say ABS. With that being said, it's really fun to drive. You know, I mean, we do have a few gripes in here, you know, the gearbox is so tightly spaced that, you know, you have to really pay attention to your gear shifts. And well, the side mirrors, well, they're not so much side mirrors as they are magnifying glasses.
Hey, Mr. Miyagi, look.
This car was such a product of its generation. Yeah, and you know, by modern standards, it's not all that great. But you know, that's not why we buy these cars. You know, we buy them because they're like little time machines. They take us back to a time when it was more fun, you know, the 80s was all fun. And then, I suppose, kind of that's the reason why we go to places like an 80s club. It's because we want to relish in the best of old.